Hinterman sounds like Caucasian.
I'd say so. I can't be sure, but I'd say based on the cartoon, probably.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Let's continue.
Lawn.
You could bring your friend over there to help you. Come on, Herbert, rub this calf. Hey there, little fella.
I'm 48.
This whole place is a giant mind.
Wow. But okay, let's say they was homosexuals, right? He didn't want him because he's 48. That's
right.
Crazy.
That's overt pedophilia in a cartoon that's supposed to be for young people, right? That's right. Insane. That's insane that this is legal. That this is a legal expression because kids watch this there, and they say there has to be freedom of speech and no boundaries. Last time I thought kids was protected, like they actually needed protections, but it's crazy here though, man. I don't know how it's gonna go, but continue. What the fuck?
He's earned that. I ran away from home.
What?
Do you mind if I live with you?
What the fuck was that?
Me? My...
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? He just kidnapped the guy and brought him to his house as a prisoner.
I'm...
That is fucking sick.
I ran away from home. Do you mind if I live with you?
Bro,
live
what
with
the
me?
hell?
My good.
That's wild human trafficking.
That is, man. That's sick. That's fucking sick. And that's like allowed in a cartoon that kids watch because it's a fucking cartoon. That's crazy, man.
I didn't even catch that, bro. He brought him to his house.
You did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, continue.
This is wild, bro.
Goodness, I feel like I'm on a pinch.
Or it's a conspiracy, and we just tripping, but nah.
Myself to see if I'm dreaming. Hot dog, it's real. Well, Jesse, I guess we gotta find some other way to spend our evenings.
And now back to ESPN's exclusive coverage of the Little League World Series.
Oh, jackpot.
Mr. Herbert, I'm just here to collect for the newspaper.
Here you go. Oh, hang on now, Chris. Your fly's up again.
Thanks, Mr. Herbert.
What?
We broke up.
Herbert and I are playing categories. Would you count NyQuil as a beverage? No, right?
No.
Yeah, not gonna fly, old man. Thanks, Brian.
Damn it. I'm missing Boy Meets World for this.
Well, I hate to say it, but I guess we're supposed to dig this kid up. Any volunteers?
I dig kids.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, they're even taking down the mosquito netting.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
What?
Sir, we need your help. We're looking for a very young delinquent male.
Hell, who isn't?
Let's drink to having TV back in the hands of people who know what they're doing.
I think Zach and Cody would be funnier if they did the show in their underpants.
Thanks for buying me dinner, Mr. Herbert.
Oh, I wanted to thank you properly for all your hard work.
Souvenir photograph?
Hell yes.
Yo, pause, man. No, man. Enough. Dude, man, cut it.
Yeah, I cut it. My bad, bro. I'm looking for a video. But yeah, keep going.
No, I abort mission, man. This is
wild.
Like, it's so obviously fucking disgusting, monstrous pedophilia that you don't need to continue to understand how horrible it is. And then the writer of this show should be beaten in prison and tortured for years and made to live out his entire life. That's sick. That shouldn't be available for adults or children. It's immoral. It's a fucking child predator, man. It's like making a joke out of kidnapping these kids, these third world kids. Dude was dressed up as a mosquito and he nabbed these poor kids. That shit's not funny. It's like sick, man. He's also racist too. He's an old white guy who painted himself black and took brown kids. I mean, do you see this as funny?
Nah, it's definitely not. I don't see the humor in it at all, bro. But again, I ain't really used to watch Family Guy because they used to always say some wild shit like this. This is light work. Like they wild. You see what I'm saying? But yeah.
Man, June, look, the world's not going to a good place because this is getting normalized. It's obvious this is not acceptable in a society. This can't be humor. Am I wrong, Miss Angel? Do you have any views on what you just seen?
Yeah, I think it's totally disgusting. And yeah, I don't remember watching Family Guy in my household. And I know definitely my son, he didn't watch it. So yeah. Yeah, it's very obvious what's going on here, and they said that this was for kids to watch. That's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it might even say it's for adults, but we know it's aimed at teenage kids, you know,
Animation attracts
college
kids.
adults.
Yeah, animation attracts kids. That's the nature of cartoons.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did you have another video, June, that you had?
Yeah, yeah, I was trying to figure something out, but it was really questions towards Miss Angel though.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's cool. Like we can go any direction. I think like the topic. But yeah, I mean, as far as the analysis of the topic, Batman's got a lot of gay stuff, and obviously the military thing socially is getting really crazy. How our country sees these situations, and these cartoons to brainwash the kids. Like, what are these kids supposed to do? They're bombarded with uh, pedophilia, like gay innuendos. Like they just attacking people from left and right, and it goes under the radar. I think we proved that point with what we're showing, right?
Yeah, nah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, you could go where you want with it, June. It's all good. That's what I had to say.
Nah, for sure. I'm just trying to figure. I'm just trying to find the video, so I'm trying to see if I want to open up the panels, but I really only want to open it up to people that I know. I don't really want to speak about Noel and Limestone and this, that, and the third on my panel. You feel me? So
You know
yeah,
what? And honestly, man, I don't either because, like, on the real, like, there's so much hate back and forth, and it's played out to me because it's all personal, man. It's not about the topic at all. It's just a different beast at this point, and I respect that if you don't want to go there. That to me, that's the wise thing to do.
yeah, and I mean at least not right now. Like I want to stick to the topic. You know what I'm saying? I want to get it all. We gonna always have our time to have fun. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
If y'all get what I'm saying, but yeah,
Yeah,
to this content.
I had a lot of fun doing the movie analysis of Don't Be a Menace. That was great.
Yeah, nah, that was a great one. I enjoyed some parts of the movie, but it definitely made me see that whole situation different. See what I'm
Me,
saying?
me too. Me
Maybe I
too.
should watch that for a second.
You should.
All right, sure. Let me go to that for a second while I look up this video.
Can you go to the scene where Loke Dog gets that girl's number at the picnic?
Okay. Channel.
big breasts, big legs, ass was pow, ghetto booty. Oh yeah, So you know, I die.
Oh
So I
man.
started getting to my Mac Daddy Denzel mode, you know? Yeah. I started fixing my eyebrows, make sure they were straight, fix my hair, make sure it was slick and greasy, making sure my breath wasn't stinking. Hey, man, get to the damn fucking part. Oh, okay. So anyway, I went over a house one Sunday morning. My mom's just going to church. And we had the place all to ourselves. So, you know, we got the kissing, licking, slobbing, you know, doing the wild thing. When we got up there, it was like heaven. Better than my wildest fantasies. Well, apparently, her moms must have forgot her purse or something, because she came back home, and I guess she could smell the sex in the air.
I got a surprise for you.
And that's when things really got freaky. Before I knew it, the door burst open, and there was her mama.
Oh, hold him down, baby. Let mama have him.
So I grabbed my things and got out of there the best way I could.
Wow, shit, dude.
Told you go you get her number.
Yo.
Hell no, her mama, she a freak.
But that's not the scene. I was talking about the first of all, has this in your life ever happened to you, this situation?
Nah. All right, so yeah, I found the ones that I need. But yeah, what you were saying, and that's
just a picnic scene where Loke Dog gets the girl's number.
okay. Let me go to that real quick. Picnic scene.
It's before all this, I think.
Okay, right there.
Somewhere in here, yeah.
So start from right here.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember exactly.
There's so many people that ended up in a mold because of shit like that.
That's
You
true.
do not want to let go.
That's
It's the other
all
lady,
biz,
the one that's cool with everybody.
Mentality, institutional mentality, where you try to pay with. So no, you could pause it, man. I was just saying, who did that remind you of?
Let it
Getting the
play out.
number, getting the number at gunpoint. Who did that remind you of?
Oh, Mr. Mo.
All right, I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
All right, so yeah, let's get right into it. How you doing, Miss Angel?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. So now I've been seeing a lot of things from Mark. You feel what I'm saying? In regards, in regards to you. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think it would be good for you to answer these things. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this $11 that you sent him, right?
Right.
First of all, let's start here. If you had a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a public figure or he has a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
And he said something like, "Oh yeah, I gave the waitress a tip earlier. She had a nice little body. Like, I wish I could have got the number."
Yeah.
How would you feel about that?
I would feel like that's totally disrespectful, especially him being a public figure, and he's already put on blast that that's his girl and everything like that. So yeah, that's total disrespect. Total.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked my girl about it, and she said she would slap me.
Yeah.
So next, right, Miss Angel? Why does this $11 situation keep coming up? What is it about $11? Like, what is it?
I have, to be honest, June, I have no idea what's the whole point of the $11 that I sent, because I could see if it was $1,000 or something like that. But $11, I you know, I could see somebody on the street that's hungry, and I give them $5. I could,
Right.
if you're a content creator, you're on YouTube, I donate, I send out cash apps to support the channel. So I'm not sure of what's the grand scheme behind I sent him $11. And honestly, it only puts me in the mind of someone that's never had a real woman in their life that has spent money on them. Because for me, if I'm friends with someone, we it's vice versa. I help you, you help me. If I'm in a relationship with someone, combining our finances and combining everything only grows your situation more. So I'm not sure. I guess he has to brag about the $11. I don't know. I don't feel ashamed about sending someone $11. It's like I said once before, it's not like it's $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000,
Yeah, you're right. No, Miss Angel, I mean, you bring up a good point. Why make a video about it, and why not just say thank you for being
Mm-hmm.
happy, gratitude that somebody would bless you and give you anything in a world that's very cold, where people don't really offer each other support. It just should be a great blessing for him. I wonder,
Right.
June, what he said.
Yeah. You want me to play the video?
I guess I'd like to know the context to what we're talking about. Yes, I would.
Okay, no problem.
$11. She sent me $10 for Christmas and $1 to send me her phone number through Cash App. $11 total. I appreciate the $10 for Christmas. I told her she didn't have to do it because you got stuff you need to do for you and your son. But at the same time, folks on it to my the woman, the Martin tricked the woman, and she sent this man. What? The woman sent me $11. So what are y'all talking about, really? Some of y'all really need to just be quiet, because y'all really just doing too much, man. Some of y'all doing too much.
What's the point he's trying to make?
So, but for her to do all this, the woman sent me.
Yeah, he went crazy.
$11.
Yeah, but I guess I'm asking you, June, and of course, absolutely to you, Miss Angel. What's the basic point of this video? Is he getting mad and saying she didn't give me that much, so I don't owe her a relationship? What kind of insulting bullshit is this comment? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think he's trying to reverse the narrative to like, oh, she like basically like the reason why he don't mess with her is deeper than, oh, like, you feel me? I think he basically just trying to spin the narrative, bro.
Yeah, spin it by saying I didn't get much, so I have the right to dog her out or something, you think?
Spinning it to like she ain't do much for me. So what is y'all talking about? But it's not the money that she did much for you on, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you feel me? But yeah, go ahead, Miss Angel.
No, I think the people in his comment section were just saying that he didn't show any gratitude of me supporting him. As far as him feeling like I didn't do a lot for him, so that's why we in a relationship. I didn't do it to be in a relationship. I don't need to buy a relationship. um where I'm from, in my time, I don't know about the younger generation, but in my time, the men are the providers. So, you know for him to get on here and make a whole video to try to prove some type of point, it just reminds me of all the other points that he's always trying to prove. Anytime someone asks him about his sexuality, the next lady that he sees that comes across, he goes all ballistic on live. Oh, she got a fat dick. She got this and that. Her thighs are thick. It's like he's always trying to overcompensate to prove that he's a straight man. And I just don't get it.
Interesting point. Yeah,
I like that point, because it's like, along with the fact of he could have really she could really like be playing like she his girlfriend, bro. Like real talk. Like so that's
You have a
crazy
point
that you
too,
said.
June. Yeah, you have a point too, June. And jumping off of Miss Angel, that his overt shows of sexuality and like stuff like that. Look, I haven't. You know, June, you'll understand this. I'm just saying because you're a guy. You know, we have the same mentality. Like we keep that stuff to ourselves, right? His at 50 years old bragging about I talked to her about this, and you know she said this to me. It rings as like, you know, trying to make a show of it. But when you're making a show of it, it's a show. It's not real. I see that logic. So Miss Angel, I think you brought up a great point because I really think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here, right? Do you want to get into because I was going play parts of the phone call and discuss it where I felt like it would be interesting to hear everybody's perspective on the mentality of a guy who's old, washed up, but he think he's still a gangster when he needs to just live his life. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to break down the phone call, but I think we all heard the phone call. So can we just go over that discussion for a minute?
What phone call?
When Mark put his homeboy on the phone with me and Don.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
mean the dyke, the pretend guy that was actually a dyke?
Right. His
That was clearly
homeboy.
a woman trying to talk like a man. Let's be certain about that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, you could play that if that's
Okay.
okay with Miss Angel.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just want to go over how because like you know the old gangster guy from Don't Be a Menace, right?
Old school, yeah.
Yeah, they basically have the same mentality. You see what I'm saying? And this is what keeps and then they recruit younger homies and put them onto the bullshit and then continue that cycle and then come on the internet and think somebody is scared of that. But that mindset I would never follow. You get what I'm saying?
You
So
mean
I
like
just want
Mark
to
and
break it down.
Allbiz type of thing, right? Mark Allbiz type of character.
Mark, Allbiz, they all play that. Oh, I'm super tough, super gangster. Me being a gang member matters. Like, nah, homie, you being a man matters. That shit do not make you tougher than the next man just because you joined the gang or none. That shit is not. It's not it, bro.
Totally true.
Can
True.
I make a comment about him joining gangs that
Yeah.
make you tough?
Go
When I
ahead.
was when I was growing up and a lot of older guys, you know, because where I'm from, I don't think that they really have gangs, but they fight over like territory and stuff like that. They used to. So somebody once told me, and this is not an insult to anybody in a gang, anybody that's in an organization, anybody that's like this, but someone once told me, cowards hang in crowds. Strong people stand on their own. And when they told me that, I said, you know what? That's absolutely true. Because to be honest, when I was going to school or even out here in the real world, if you have a beef with somebody, most likely when you're by yourself, you're not going to act the same way that you're going to act when you're with your homegirls or your homeboys. When you're with your crowd, you're going to act tougher. You're going to be more, you know, vulgar. You're going to be more like, you know, like you ready to go. But if that person catches you by yourself, you're gonna be like a coward.
These are facts. These are
Hmm.
just facts. That's absolutely 100% true. June, I'm sure you probably think similar, right?
Yeah, now for sure. I'm just pulling up the video. So we
Yeah,
could
while
go
you
over
do that, I'd say this, Miss Angel, that piece of advice, I think it rings true like throughout the world. I think
Yes,
that yeah, I think that men who click up in any clique, and you know it's not discriminating towards any gang or group, it's just clique group mentality, it's worldwide with men, doesn't say a lot about what they do when they stand by themselves. And I think that
exactly.
Yeah, that's a real problem. So when you see a guy that has to be around people, yeah, it tells you a story that's not flattering about that person for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've seen it time and time again where you see someone with their crowd and they're just doing the most, but when they're about it themselves, or they never even go anywhere by themselves, just put it like that. They never even go anywhere by themselves in fear of coming across someone who has a problem with them.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. No, that's true. You know, that's wisdom. That's just like something I wish a lot of these guys understood that. Like, you know, the characters that we're talking about, I don't think they come off as real tough guys. I think they want to come off like that. Whether it works or not depends on how gullible the person is that they're dealing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all see it on the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 I do.
Okay, so right, I just want to give everybody context of what's about to happen. So Dante is playing the horrible things that Mark was saying in the documentary. Now to deflect that, he's texting or setting up a little situation where his homeboy can come on and the dyke can come on and pop it basically and threaten. These are old gangsters that been to prison and rudda. Hey, if that's what they think makes them a man, that's what they think makes them a man. But this is why I stayed out of gangs. This is why I stayed out of prison. I know NS never been to prison. Um, and he's a successful man in my eyes. These are the type of men that I respect, not these guys.
Thank
But
you.
let's get into this phone call.
What if we rape you right now? How would you like that? Instead of crying and begging and pleading. You know what I'm saying? Mark, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be.
Watch how Mark about to deflect.
But at this time, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of control. I don't want to hear nothing. No talk. My little brother, he jumped up and he slapped me real hard. And he done got serious because he really wanted to be with this person all along. I tell him to turn around. So he moved slightly. Turn around again. He still doesn't want to turn all the way around. So I said, bitch, if I have to tell you to turn around one more time, I'll break your jaw. So he turns around, like put his hands against the wall, like spread them like the police and make you spread them. I tell him to take his pants off. He doesn't want to do it. I punch him in the face. You know what I'm saying? I squeeze his ass cheeks. 2 handfuls. He tenses up. You know. So I take my pants off. I mean, he's just sitting here the whole time. I had a pair of red and white Jordan with some red shoestrings. I ain't got nothing on but these tennis shoes and my undershort. I give him the grease. I tell him that. Put some on his finger. Stick it in his ass. And, you know, kind of like fuck himself. To loosen himself up. Because I know he had never been penetrated before. It was his first time. This old penitentiary trick that I learned from some old convicts. If he scream rape, you know what I'm saying? He had grease on his fingernail.
Hey, hold up.
He just told on himself how to beat great.
Somebody said I don't know why, but somebody wanna say something. Hold on.
I don't know why somebody want to say something, but they called off his phone, and we're supposed to be stupid. Okay.
Hold on. Trying to why so damn low.
Damn, nigga, answer the phone. You just see him call you with something. Hello? Hold up, hello? This old goofy ass shit that niggas be on, bro. Well, I mean, you on speaker and everybody on the show can hear you. Oh, stop them goofy ass niggas, man. I don't even see how you get crossed up with them niggas, bro. Like, bro, man, we gangsters, man. You know what I mean?
All right, Miss Angel, how do you feel about that so far?
Well, yeah, I definitely feel like he texted someone to call in, or because why would he just put somebody on speakerphone and say, "Oh, I got somebody that wants to say something." So I think that that person was basically speaking for him. That's why he called in. That's why they called in, and that's why he allowed them to go ahead and say what they were going to say.
Right. So again, another trait of Mark, he try to like be slick. He try to hide stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So okay, the next question I had to ask you, when he said, "Oh, we gangsters." Do you think that crashing out, because his homies, his alleged homies, this the first time they ever came out in history. They ain't come out
Mm-hmm.
when Hip said nothing. They ain't come out when Jim said nothing. They ain't come out when Bobby Burke said nothing. They ain't come out
Mm-hmm.
when Noel was saying nothing. Now
Mm-hmm.
they suddenly appear from the darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they claim to be we gangsters, we gangsters. How do you feel about that, Miss Angel? Do you think
Well,
that
yeah.
makes you a gangster?
I'm sorry. Ask me
Do you,
again.
do you think that makes you a gangster?
Absolutely not. And what's the point of getting on? This is the internet. So what's the point of getting out here saying, we're a gangster, we're a gangster? See, let's go back to see the problem is when gang members um years ago first linked up, it was supposed to be for a brotherhood to make their neighborhoods better, to stand strong together, to enlighten each other, to encourage each other, to educate one another. When
Mm-hmm.
these gangs started, going against one another, then it just turned into something like totally different. Now, for them to get on here and like you said, when other people said things to Mark and called him out and said that they saw certain stuff or they saw him doing this and that, Mark would be quiet. Like when Hip said whatever, he was quiet. When other people said anything, he was quiet. And for them to want to get on the phone last night and like start some type of, scare tactic with you and Dante, yeah, that was just way out of line. Like this is the internet. This isn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even really have to go that far. It's not even it's not supposed to be like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
people being threatened or having to live in fear off of words and stuff like that, that's just that shows the mentality of the people that's saying it.
Right, right. Nah, I 100% agree with you. But let's continue with the phone call.
Yeah.
Oh, do all that talking, all that talking with niggas. We get at niggas' ass when niggas disrespect us, man. Like, and that's why I ain't never just came out of saying it because I don't respect no. Man, I can't respect no pussy ass nigga like Dante, no pussy ass nigga like June Phil. Man,
Okay. How do you feel about that? You don't
Um,
respect. Yeah, go ahead, go
no,
ahead.
no, no. Yeah. First off, um, they get at people for disrespecting them. Well, if you
No.
have ever had a job or you held a real position in life, it's gonna be plenty of times you gonna get disrespected because it's something called freedom of speech. And yeah, I'm not willing to go to prison for something that somebody is saying to me. That's bottom line. That's it's stupid. It's just straight up stupid.
Yeah. So you think with this mentality, you definitely dodged the bullet, right?
Oh yeah, most
You wouldn't want to
definitely.
be in no relationship with no man that think this way,
No,
right?
I want to live my life. I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to be the greatest person that I can be. I don't want to have to go out somewhere and have to worry about somebody coming to get them and then they see me and I'm just a what they call it, just a prisoner of casualty or what do they call it?
Casualty of
Casualty.
war.
Yeah, that casualty
Bystander.
of war. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. No, I definitely don't want to live my life like that. No way, no way. I like being free. I love being able to move around how I want, do what I want, and four walls. No, I'm not trying to go behind the wall for nobody, nobody or nothing. That's crazy. And for some people that have been in prison and have served time and have lost years to even have that mentality to even put yourself back in that situation is just crazy to me.
It's definitely a crazy situation, but you know that's why they always say the people that go in and out, they just must like jail. But
Yeah.
let me continue with the phone call.
Yeah.
And I been spit on one of them niggas' face, bro. Like hey, nigga, who is you? Yo, motherfucker, who is you, nigga? Nigga, I spit in your face. Popping all that.
He's
Nigga,
definitely drunk. He definitely drunk. He's definitely drunk.
What I'm gonna do when you spit on me? What exactly do you think I'm gonna do to you? Spit on me? He don't do a bitch ass. You a real dude. You a real dude. Popping that's like that. Yeah, that's what you think, nigga. No for a fact you.
June, stop it right there. Stop it right there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just let me make a comment about spitting on someone. Um spitting, spitting on someone is like the most degrading thing that you can do to a person. And for anybody that's listening that doesn't know, spitting on someone is aggravated battery, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or is it
Assault. Yep.
assault? It's
Assault.
assault. So if you go around spitting on someone, that's assault, and that person has every right to defend themselves. So yeah, I just
Right.
wanted to
So
make
you
that
just
point.
threatened. He just threatened to assault
Right.
Dante on camera.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Noted. Yeah.
And I just want to
Let's.
say this phone call is really ridiculous. It's obvious that this person talking is just a dyke trying to lower her voice. So I don't know what they were trying to pull the wool over your eyes or play some game, but it was almost comical, honestly. That's my perspective. It wasn't believable.
And what you guys know Dante. What you guys know about Dante? Do you think that's gonna go well if this man tries to spit on him?
Right.
Of course not.
Yeah, of course not. Thank you, Miss Angel. Okay, let's continue.
It sound good. It sound good. Niggas make up shit about niggas. Like y'all niggas some real ass. It sound good. Cut your camera on. Cut your camera on so I can see what you look like. Every time you talk, he shut up. Cut your camera on so I can see what you look like. No, both y'all some bitch ass niggas, bro. I swear to God. I guarantee you wouldn't say that to me in my face. I guarantee you. Stop on niggas like you for fun, bro. Just for the house camera on. Cut your camera on. You niggas ain't shit.
I'm gonna comment on that because stepping mean a different thing in my generation, and he know what that mean. So that was another threat.
Look at June Phil, him bitch ass nigga. Every time you talk, he
Boo game, boo game, scare tactics, deflection, boo game.
Whoever that dude is that's popping it like that, June is all man. Oh, bitch, let me talk, bitch. Oh, he sound that sound good. That sound
Boo
good.
game. Boo game. Scare tactics. Alabama boo game. Boo game. Scare tactics. I'm not afraid. That shit hurt. I'm not scared. Scare tactics. Boo game. Boo game. Boo game. You learned the boo game from Mark. Mark taught you the boo game, bro. Mark taught you the boo game. Oh, that's
You popping that won't even show your face. So who really the weird one? Niggas will squash you niggas in real life, bro. Hey, why you keep saying? Listen, why you keep saying niggas? What would you do? What would you do? Nigga, man, both of you niggas buy my shirt. Hey, put that bass, look, tone that bass down and talk like a man and stop acting like a child. Nigga, no, you don't need to see my face. You don't need to see my face. Exactly, straight up.
now. How did Miss Angel? How do you feel about a man that's popping it? Like he'll do this and do that, but he won't even show his face to the people that he popping it to. Do you think that makes him a tough guy? Do you think he's strong for that? How do you feel?
No, definitely not. Definitely, it's the same. It's the same concept as the young blood when he came out and he said all the things that he said. Everybody wanted him to show his face because you claiming to be a gangster, you claiming to do this and that. So if you're saying certain things, then show your face.
Right. And again, I gotta make this point. Hips live in Alabama. They not doing nothing to Hips. Bobby Burke, they know where he lived. Noel, they know where he lived. They ain't did nothing to them. So you waited all the way till here to pop it. To pop it to black people. Like, you feel me? You ain't say nothing to the other people that came out and said nothing. Y'all ain't do nothing to them. Nothing, bro. And you still won't even show your face or say like nothing about that documentary. Like, you feel me? So yeah, let's continue.
One question, June.
Yeah.
One question. I wanted to ask you. A detail came to mind. You remember in this phone call, Mark said he went out to smoke a square, and then he just happened to come back right when the phone call ended. Do you honestly believe he went anywhere? He was just sitting right there next to the phone, hoping it would scare you.
Correct. And he gonna tell on himself later on in the conversation, because he basically says, well, he just called my phone. He wanted to say this, but I told him it's not necessary. Then he started bragging about him like, well, he could fight and he knocked this person out and that person out. So that's a boo game. He's trying to insinuate like, well, he's a gangster. Like, he even say it. Well, I know my homie a gangster. He blood too, and this, that, and the third, but I didn't tell him to do that, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like he trying to distance himself from it and say, well, I had nothing to do with that. So just in case his homie do some bullshit, Mark could say, well, oh, nah, I didn't tell him to do that. But it's already documented, bro. Another threat. You feel me? But, hey, I'm not tripping, bro. I'm just speaking on the mindset of these fake old gangsters that's supposed to be helping a community, but really, like, this the mindset right here. And they try to brag about, oh, I shot this person and shot that person. Dog, you shot somebody that was arguing with your baby mother. You didn't shoot a rival gang member. How does that make you a gangster, bro?
Yeah.
Am I bugging?
No, it makes
And
sense.
how does that make you a man? Does that mean that I won't do that to somebody that come playing with my family?
Well, you know what it is too to me is like, look, when you see Allbiz and Mark likes to while out and lose his temper, get mad. Allbiz definitely likes to go crazy, pit bull mode on people. And I think they see this as like a man tactic, right? like
Mm-hmm.
the way a man would go about it. But I would reference other people to get that point down, not that behavior. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. I get you. But yeah, let's get it on. Let's finish the phone call. That's a good question, Miss Angel. Do you
Yes.
think that civilians should call the cops, or you think that they should go get a gun, scratch the serial number off, and go find people that's threatening them? What do you think? Gang members that are threatening them. What do you think they should do?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be some calling the cops. Cause once again, I don't think right
You breaking up a little bit. What you say, Miss Angel?
you as a civilian and a gang member is threatening you, and I don't, you're a civilian, you can go and get a legal gun and protect your family the right way.
Exactly. So yeah, nah, I like that advice. What do you think, NS? Or you
Same.
don't want to give your take on that one?
No, repeat that real quick.
As civilians, do you think that a civilian should go get a legal gun and scratch the serial number off and go look for gangsters that are threatening them online, or do you think that they should handle it like civilians? What do you think?
I think they should handle it like civilians, and the whole thing of scratching out numbers on a gun sounds fucking retarded.
Thank you. Okay,
Well,
let's keep it going. It's definitely a crime as well.
yeah.
What grade did you drop out of? What grade did you drop out of? My nigga, listen. Cite your Allbiz. Say your ABCs.
Okay, Miss Angel, do you know of that statistic that most of these guys that end up in prison only have a third grade reading level?
No, I haven't heard of that one before. No,
Right,
no.
right. Uh-huh.
Some people end up in prison and they're very intelligent. They just made some wrong choices that landed them in prison.
Mhm.
So no, I don't know about the third grade education. Well,
Okay.
but that was back in the 80s, maybe, maybe. A lot of
Mhm.
people from that were in prison from those years, they probably
Mhm.
didn't have a high level of education.
Right. So what they basically mean by third grade reading level is not the fact that most people can't read
Mhm.
sentences, it's the comprehension of what they're reading or what they're
Yeah.
hearing or what they're
Mhm.
seeing. You get what I'm saying? A
Yes.
lot of the times Mark takes what somebody is saying the wrong way. He can't
Mhm.
figure out he can't comprehend what they're actually saying. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Yes,
that's
I
how
absolutely.
this guy is performing. He's
Okay.
performing like he doesn't comprehend what's fully going on. You see what
Right.
I'm
So, yes, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, to be able to comprehend, you have to listen first and let the words sink in of what the other person is saying. But if you're trying to talk and they're trying to talk and you're not trying to listen at all, then you aren't going to comprehend because you're not even trying to listen. So that's like part of the problem.
No, I totally agree. You got something to add in that, or should I keep it going?
We keep it going.
Okay. Sound like a little girl. Boo gang. Boo gang. Boo gang. Scare tactics. Scare tactics. Boo gang. Boo gang.
nigga. Leave that coke alone. This your turf, my nigga. The internet is your turf, my nigga. No, because listen. If in front of me, you see, you know what I look like. But you know for a fact, if you were standing in front of me, you know you won't get that off. You know that. Double time, twisted talking motherfucker. My nigga, you like you don't care no way. That say what on internet, my nigga. Oh no, you know that's a lie. You know that's where you from. Where you from? Is you one of them dudes I was locked up with that I was extorting? Is that who is that? Your name sound familiar. You sound like one of them dudes that I done ran up on. Oh, Dante, please, that's all I got. This all I got left. Dante, this all I got left, bro. Don't do me like that. That sound like one. Do I know you? Hey, guess what? Do I know you? Listen, my nigga. This nigga June Field work at Domino's. And he got no more shit going on. Like,
Okay, so how do you feel about me having multiple hustles? Do you think a guy should hustle, or do you think he should just be in the street selling drugs, doing crime? What do
No,
you think?
I think you should definitely hustle. Have your honest job, even if it is at Domino's. Domino's pays good. A lot of people eat pizzas. So you want to be there for your family. You want to be able to take care of your family. You don't want to have to look over your shoulder. You don't want to have to worry about somebody seeing you and say, "Oh, that's that guy that robbed me. I'm about to get him." No, you want to live an honest life, take care of your family, provide for your family, and be a stand-up guy. So I don't see anything wrong with that at all. At all.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I'll say this: like, we kind of live in a very interesting world these days. That a man who honestly does something for a living is to be disrespected over that. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I my background, June and Miss Angel.
Yeah.
I'll say it if you don't know it. I came as a refugee with my family from Afghanistan. We were housed in basically the black neighborhood, and I knew guys that worked at McDonald's and did not sell drugs, and they should be very proud of themselves. Yeah, they didn't have a big car or this, but they slept at night. They earned their money. They did an honest thing to get what they have, and there is nothing to disrespect about anybody who has a news route, delivery job. If you work honestly, you have every right to be proud. And somebody who says the opposite, that a working person, there's a problem, that's a very strange and deranged individual. And it's not on you, June. You are like an example of what any young guy should aspire to do. Be honest and try hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, I agree. I just didn't want to respond to him. I just want him to keep living his old, sad, gangster, tough life. So let's
Yeah.
keep it going.
Yeah.
That nigga trying to go up on you. Wait, hold on. Let me ask you something. Real talk. Why you trying to talk down on another black man that is working? Man, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all niggas try to shit on a black man. So don't come to me.
See, that's the wrong mentality that a lot of these gangster dudes have. They rob the black man. They steal from him. They f his girl. They'd say f him. They'll say f him for internet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
crash on him for the internet, but
The
they won't do
internet.
it to the next race. They never talk this way to Hips. They never talk this way to Noel. None of that, bro. But they
Mm-hmm.
quick to do it to another black man. Shit,
And
crazy.
June, let me also make a comment about the whole his friend calling in and going off and ranting and raving and stuff like that. I don't know any of these people and I don't wish to know them, but let me just enlighten you about something. When 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 I was growing up, I had a gang of girls that I hung around. And whenever one of them had a problem, we would all be together. But if the one that has the problem doesn't and stand up and go for herself, like if she doesn't stand up and defend herself, nobody else is gonna jump the bat and go defend her first. No, first you have to defend yourself first, and then we will back you. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Mark Mark didn't say anything to you and Dante concerning that matter, and for his friend to come on and just go so hard. First, Mark needs to stand up and say whatever himself. So he's hiding behind his friend coming at you too.
Right.
And that's
That's
just
that's the,
that's
that's
just
what
my
I think
take
the
on it.
play was. Nah, you right. That's what I think the play was. He made his friend say everything he really wanted to say to me and Dante.
Mhm.
You see what
Right.
I'm saying? But he, when me and Dante was on the stage, and he could have said, "Yo, f y'all, y'all
Yeah,
pussies," and that.
right.
He ain't say
For
that.
himself. For
He didn't say
himself.
that. Played the
Exactly.
victim. He was like, "I don't know why y'all doing this to me, man. I don't deserve this." You feel me? But yeah, let's keep it going.
I mean, what that man? What you mean? What you mean? I said,
You see the picture, bro? You see the picture?
Ain't y'all underestimating the mark, my nigga? Y'all two worst mistakes. Ain't nobody underestimating Mark, but you still ain't even said your name. So what is your name and where you from? I'm out of my nigga. Nah, you ain't out. You just got up in it. You gonna get on here and pop that like that and then
Scare
try to duck
tactic.
off? No, nigga. What's your name and where you from?
Boo game.
Oh, this guy. He's
Boo game.
straight up.
Scare
Get on
tactic.
here and pop it like that and click the link.
Talking tough talk, man. Talking tough.
Man, where that Buster go? Who is
Watch
that
Mark
dude?
come back.
All right, y'all, I'm back. What's going on? Hey, Mark, where that dude at? Who was that? He hung up. When I came back in for smoking, he hung up.
He hung up, but he got your number. You know exactly who he is. Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a interesting coincidence, huh?
What did he say?
Yeah, he said what he's saying, but he's there the whole
Taking this
time.
frustration off, which I really don't understand. But he texted me and said he had something to say, so I put the link up there, and he said he couldn't get on his phone, so he said I'll call him and let him talk on speaker. Well, he must have had a flip phone or something. Anyway, I'm finna go. Y'all, I'm finna get back on my own live. I mean, back with Biz and talk about what we were gonna talk about. Unless anybody got something else to say about this picture or whatever, I don't really care about that shit.
Hold on. I just got some incoming photos.
Fuck that. I ain't mad about nothing. I'm just letting you know. I ain't mad about nothing.
Well, I'm here. Mark probably.
Fuck that. I ain't mad about nothing. I'm just letting you
I
know.
just wanted to play the part where Mark started saying, like, oh, he has stomped down Ryder. He knocked this person out. He knocked that person out. But we don't even got to play that. That's it for that clip. Yeah. So how do y'all feel overall about the phone call? Let's start with Miss Angel.
Yeah, first of all, I felt like the phone call was a play, like you said, for, the guy to get off what he wanted to get off, because he said what, Mark wanted to say, but he just said it for him. And yeah, I just feel like it's really ridiculous. This is the internet. It's not nobody trying to go to nobody's house and do all this and that. That's just a ridiculous thought. But I also wanted to make